Hi guys, welcome to the channel, Sonny here, and the new spot is out for Ator Shoots, and I've been grinding it a bit since it came out, and I've been getting a lot of questions here on the stream at twitch.tv/bprimegaming about the spot, like gear rigs, all of that. So here is basically the TLDR breakdown of all the questions I've been getting. First off, what kind of gear do you need for this? The number one thing you should have is your AP. The spot is a lot easier than we originally thought with the suggested gear of 310, 420. You can definitely be grinding this spot at 390 DP. The biggest issue here is going to be your damage, and you want to make sure that you have at least 1,000 total AP. The way you see that is, I would suggest using gamma.com, plug all the buffs in and everything. You can go under here, and then you can see your AP. Plus your monster AP. That's the total AP that you want to have around 1,000, and that's with your add-ons on, with full buffs on, skill buffs, all that stuff. So for example, I would Q-block get 26 AP, then 30 AP from my add-ons, etc, etc. At least 1,000. You really want to be using house buff for 15 AP, and you also want to be using probably Frenzy Draft. You can use full elixir rotation, it's slightly better. Especially if you lower DP, it helps a lot with survivability, but it's more AP on Frenzy, plus Current Perfumes, right? Everything there, stack that AP. Next up is the accuracy. Depending on your class, you probably want around 850 to 900 accuracy. That should be enough for all classes here. Personally, I'm sitting at 846 accuracy, and I only have misses on my 0% accuracy abilities after getting buffs and debuffs on and everything. Don't forget to invest into the node. Up here, you have Darkseekers Retreat. Invest into this. Get some points in there. The node is right here. Pretty easy. In terms of the grind spots and rotations, I will include the link to this image here, courtesy of Korea. I think we got this one from Huey Hotbar. This is roughly the way it works. You'll probably seen this image a lot. And the TLDR is you basically go and find any 2 or any 3 mobs next to each other. The top speed grinders are doing like 4 mobs, 4 packs. They respawn very quick, so depending on your gear and class and clear speed, you'll need either 2 or 3 mobs, and you just run around and you find some. Now let's take a look at artifacts. Now for artifacts, you should definitely be using monster AP artifacts. If you get the new ones here, use those. The Lightstone combos is a big question, and I've done the math on it, and this is how it shapes up. If your class still needs Deathblow, Deathblow is number 1. So that would be classes like Sockserker, it would be Awakening Witch, Shy. Classes that still, even with the 30% crit rate add-on, want to use Deathblow, that is the number 1 for those. For other classes, like Warrior, which doesn't need crit rate, the best combo is actually either Watch Your Back or All Out Attack. It gives 24 total AP and then 5% crit damage or back attacks. Now, back attacks is better, it's more damage, but only if you get back attacks. So for me, I've currently been using this. I will be switching this up for All Out Attack for 5% crit rate instead. Since it's not about how fast you kill the first mob, it's about how fast you kill the last mob. And for me, I've been not getting full back attacks on all the mobs. So the last mob alive is one I'm not getting back attacks on, so getting crit rate will help do this. The same is true for using the back attack crystals versus the corrupted crystals. Try it out, fill it out. If you get consistent high back attacks wins out. If not, crit damage wins. The third best Lightstone combo is going to be the demi-human one. So in order, you have the Deathblow if you need it. Then it's going to be All Out Attack or Watch Your Back, depending on your back attacks rate. And then the third one will be potentially Vicious Shadow, but most likely you will be want to running demi-human. 30 demi-human AP, it comes out to being 25.5 AP value, and that is really good. AP is super strong here. It's also relatively cheap, so that will probably be my third pick for Lightstones. Crystals, again, real quick, this is the setup I'm running at the moment. You would probably want to put a Viper in instead of the AP crystals if you need it. I don't need it on my class, so I run full AP on this. This is pretty much the cookie cutter, as much AP in there as you can get. The other spots in the Ulukita region, they all have these gimmick things going on. This place really doesn't. You just hit the mobs, you kill them. There is a CC, but just make sure you dash behind and do damage, and you should be totally fine. You shouldn't be getting CC. There's no real gimmicks. There's a couple of events that happen. One of the events is a mob spawns. You kill it very easily, it stands still, and then you get surged by mobs that die very quickly. Great event, definitely make sure you do it, kill all those mobs. They have the same drop chance as regular mobs. So it's basically just a free surge of monsters. The second event is when a ball spawns. You kill the ball, you get a guaranteed ember, and then the ball will stay up for a while, and it will send out a pulse that stuns all mobs in the area. And when you're out grinding here, you'll probably notice that sometimes you go to your pack and it stands still, it's stunned. It's because somebody in a different rotation has gotten the event and is stunning your mobs. The range is huge on it. That's pretty much it for the mechanics, just max out damage and blast away. So how many drops per hour are you getting? Well, it obviously depends on your drop rate and your clear speed. It does look like whenever you are clearing 3 to 4 packs with the hitting respawn times, max out drop rate, you should be expecting around 3 embers an hour, and are roughly the same of the fragments that are used for the artifacts. In terms of trash loot per hour, currently I've been doing just a little bit of testing. I'll do some more testing after I change my crystals around, but I'm doing 8.7k trash an hour with yellow loot scroll, no acres, and I am overclearing 3, so that is by doing 4 spawns that I'm getting that trash. If you're doing 3, you should expect a bit less, but yeah, as long as you are able to overclear 2 mobs for sure, and you have to do at least 3, you should be good to go, and you should probably be expecting between 2 and 3 embers an hour. In terms of the trash, however, this is a very acres efficient spot, so I highly recommend that you're using your acres here. Probably just run blue loot scroll with acres, and then if you have enough loot scrolls, then you can run yellow loot scroll when you don't have acres up. There is quite a bit of trash at this spot, and it sells for a nice chunk of change. Definitely make sure you're using your acres here. Super acres efficient. For buffs, let's just do a TLDR. You can use a full elixir rotation, but you really shouldn't need to, and the damage is going to be not a whole lot more. The mobs are demi-human, so being able to use demi-human elixirs does help, but Corrupted Frenzy is more total AP than even the Frenzy elixir plus demi-human. Personally, I use this. I use 15 AP house buff. I use, of course, my church buffs, my 10 buff. I use Simple Cron Meal, Corrupted Frenzy, Courage Perfume, my horse buff. So if you have the Crocodile Windset, that's a 5 AP horse buff. I have that, so I try to pop that every hour as well. Every single point of AP is very, very big here because they have a lot of DR. If you're unsure how this works, I do suggest checking out my buff guide in the description. Guys, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave a comment or drop by the stream at twitch.tv/bprimegaming. See you all in the next one. Merry Christmas.